talk about the television in the United Kingdom. First of all, I'm going to do an introduction, and then we will show you the main channels and some programs of each one. Television viewing is Britain's most common leisure pastime. British people watch on average 25 hours in every week. And in Britain, if you have a TV or any device that can receive TV programs, you must pay a license which costs £135.5 a year.
There are 5 main channels in Britain, which are BBC, which means British Broadcasting Corporation, and it's the world's oldest and largest broadcaster, and it's the country's main public service broadcaster. It does not carry advertising because it's funded basically by the television service and from sales of its programming in other countries. BBC is the reference of how to speak English with the perfect accent, which is the South-East accent. And there are 2 main channels in BBC, which are BBC One and BBC Two, which are differentiated in the fact that BBC One is aimed at a general audience, while BBC Two is aimed at an educated, an adult audience, because it has programs of depth and substance.
EastEnders is the most popular show in Britain, and it has been on for more than 20 years, since 1985. And it is about the life of people who live in East End, London, and it focuses on the residents of Albert Square.
Sherlock is a series based in Sir Arthur Conan Doyle detective stories, but inspired in modern times. It is the most watched drama series since 2001. And in the series, Sherlock Holmes, who is assisted by his friend Dr. Watson, has to solve some mysteries in London.
The Fall is a crime drama in which the main character is Stella Gibson, who is a senior police officer investigating a string of murders in Belfast.
Top Gear is a British program about motorbikes and primarily cars. It is the most watched car program in the world, and the program is estimated to have around 30-50 millions of views per week in 170 countries.
ITV means independent television, and it was founded to provide competition to the BBC. And it was the first commercial channel funded by advertising. And it is viewed on average by 45 million people each week.
Coronation Street is a British soap opera which is about a working class community who lives in the fictional town of Weatherfield, which is a town of Salford. And it's combined with light-hearted humor and have strong characters. And the first chapter was in 1960.
Downton Abbey is a series about the lives of the aristocratic family of Crowley and their servants. And the series shows how the great events on the history, such as the First World War or the sinking of Titanic affect on their lives.
Channel 4 is a British service public television broadcaster which includes advertising.
Shameless is a series about the difficult life of the Gallagher family, which is a family formed by a father, and her 6 sons, and he's an irresponsible and a drunken person, so the elder sister has to take care of her brothers and sisters who are a bit weak.
The most famous program of Channel 4 is Big Brother, which is a show which follows a number of contestants, known as housemates, who lives insulated from the outside world in a house in a period of time. And each week, the people in the house has to vote who should leave the house. And in the end, the viewers has to vote who the winner who receives a cash prize.
And Channel 5 is a general entertainment channel which shows Britain programs and also foreign programs.
Neighbours is an Australian soap opera which is about lives in domestic and professional lives in a fictional suburb in Victoria.
The Walking Dead is a series which starts when Rick Grimes wakes up in a hospital and he realizes he had been in coma. And when he gets out of the building, he sees a lot of zombies and he runs out to find a shelter until a black guy helps him out, and from here he starts an exciting adventure.
And now we're going to put a video.
Options in helping rebel forces in Syria ahead of next week's G8 summit. The Prime Minister has had a conference call with President Obama and other European leaders tonight.
In our world today, there is a brutal dictator who is using chemical weapons under our nose in a conflict where almost 100,000 people have already died.
The government says it wants to name surgeons who won't allow their clinical results to be published in new league tables. Voters in Iran have been to the polls to choose the successor to President Ahmadinejad, who has to step down after 2 terms in office. And in the next hour, the future of long-haul air travel.
So with this video you can appreciate the accent of the BBC.
And that's all. Thank you for your attention. Any questions?